Several months ago, I woke up on a Monday morning, and quite early, I went to the computer naked like you do, and I started typing away, and all of a sudden the phone rang, you see? And the call minder, it said, Department of Justice. Okay. If you want to be wide friggin' awake on a Monday morning, and let me tell you, when the Department of Justice phones you, you're awake, all right? So I pick up the phone and say, Bill Carr dead, Bill Carr not here, Bill Carr gone away, you know. And they said, no, we want to hire you. I said, oh, just a second, he's right here, I was kidding. How you see the world, very simple. How you see the world determines how you feel and think. How you feel and think determines how you act. And how you act determines your destiny. I learned this in the theater. Every character that I ever played, if I really wanted to understand what it was they were doing or why they were doing it, all I had to do was go back and look at how they saw the world. Because how they saw the world immediately affected how they thought about it, felt about it, and how they thought and felt immediately determined how they acted, and how they acted invariably determined what was going to happen to them. Another way of saying that is how you see affects what you feel, which affects why you do what you do. If you start to see things differently, you will feel differently, you will act differently, and your destiny will be different. We're living in a time when we're being told a lot about what to do, and I'm going to get back to that in a minute. But there's a way to actually determine how you see things. We get going at such a speed, and during times of change, and we sort of say, yes, I see it, I don't have time, and all of a sudden we're up at speed, and we're not looking clearly, but we're thinking and feeling, and we're acting, and all of a sudden we find ourselves in a bit of a mess sometimes. Look at the economy over the last 5 years. It was going at speed up until then. All of a sudden people had to step back and take a look. There's a number of reasons to step back and take a look, and in the Greek tradition, the Greeks actually had a word for it, now 1,000 years ago. Epoche, pause, step back, breathe. It was a word that said, don't get so headlong. They thought they were headlong. We think we're headlong, they thought they were. They developed a word to say, stop doing that. Epoche, pause, step back, breathe. I'll give you an example. When do telemarketers call? Supper time, thank you. Yes, they do. Now, here's the deal. Because I practice what I preach. What normally happens is, you get up, the phone rings, you get up, answer the phone, you go, hello, and they say, oh, it's a telemarketer, blah, 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 right? Because I practice what I preach. Okay, first of all, I had to ask this question. What are you doing answering the phone at supper time? The only person who calls me at supper time are telemarketers and my in-laws, neither of whom I want to talk to. But there I go to the phone like Pavlov's dog. It rings, I grab it and drool, right? Here's what you do. You pick up the phone. And then here's the other thing. As I step back, pause, okay, take a look at what this is. Telemarketer's called. You know it's a telemarketer because the first word out of the mouth, they say, hello, William James Carr. They probably don't say that to you, but that's what they say to me. But the point is, they use my whole name, is my point, you know, because the only person who uses my whole name is my mother, and that's when she's ticked with me, right? Hello, William James Carr. So now my brain goes, telemarketer, freak, oh, stupid, right? Now, because I'm so panicked and thinking quickly and not pausing and stepping back, I missed the next sentence. The next sentence out of their slimy little mouths is, hello, William James Carr. Ready? This variation, how are you this evening? Now, because I paused, stepped back, and took a look at this, I suddenly realized they have a script in front of them. I looked, I said, they've got a script. It says, hello, blank. That would be me. And the next sentence is, how are you this evening? Now, in terms of the English language, or any language, that is a question. That means, technically, socially, it's my turn. Normally, I'm freaking out and going, what do you want? What do you tell me what you want? Not now. Now, I have a script by my phone. I laminated it. It sits right by my phone. They pick me up, they go, hello, William James Carr, and I go, hello. And they say, how are you this evening? And I say, well, actually, the bloating's getting pretty bad here. I've been noticing a particular gaseous event. As a matter of fact, I've got to hold the blankets down at night or I could blow the pillow right off the back of the bed, you know. And I thought it was the corned beef and cabbage, but I don't think so anymore. And I just keep talking. I don't even stop. I don't even pause. And I never get past the phrase, burning pussy discharge. They hang up on me, baby, let me tell you right now. That's correct. son Alex, 6.5 years old, he comes in, Dad, yes, dear, Dad, yes, dear, Dad, what? Dad, I want to play hockey. Now, I didn't have the same skill sets as my parents, namely the ability to say no, because we want them to be our friends, don't we? We want them to like us and enjoy us and stick around, and then they won't leave, and finally they just stay home and eat your food and pay. Sorry, something else. Separate issue. Anyway, so there I was. So I immediately rationalized my largesse and the fact that I don't have any spine. And I said, son, what position would you? I thought this is a chance for him to join the great Canadian mosaic, the great Canadian blood sport of hockey. I said, what position would you like to play? He said, goalie. $1,500 in a new van later, I've got this lump of plastic, fiberglass, steel, and leather. I was never even sure he was in there. You know, I was like, Alex, are you there? Yes, sir. Oh, freak. Yeah, okay. Right? So for those of you who have not participated in the great Canadian blood sport of hockey, here's what you do. You grab the lump of sleeping plastic, fiberglass, and leather, and you fire it in the back of the van. Now, and this is in a freezing dark Canadian winter. You drive out over black ice looking for a refrigerator glow in the dark rink, 5:30 in the morning. The only warm part of your body is holding desperately onto a Tim Hortons mug. Right? And I'm thinking, this is stupid, what am I doing out here, this is stupid. And you realize you can't do things that you think are stupid. You can't do them for any length of time. So I'm thinking, this is stupid, what am I doing, this is stupid. And I thought, I've got to figure out something. Okay, pause, step back, what's good about this? There's got to be something good. And then I realized, my son knows nothing about the game of hockey. All right? He's like a tabula rasa. He's a blank slate, you see. I'd never taken him to hockey games because I can't stand drunk parents. You know. Especially drunk parents with no teeth, you know. Speaking primarily of the hockey moms here, and so I'd never watched it on TV. Whenever it was on television, I would always change the channel. You know, I changed from figure skating too, but that's a separate issue. So I thought, what an opportunity for this coach to teach my son unalloyed. You know, so I went right into the coach. I said, Coach, this is my son Alex. He knows nothing about the game of hockey. He's a tabula rasa. He's a blank slate on which you can. He went, go on, get away from me, you're freaking me out. Go on, get away from me, I'll have you arrested. Go on, get up in the stands. Go on. You're one of those parents, right? So I went up in the stands. By the way, the reason they call them the stands is you can't possibly sit on those cold benches, okay? You will end up with piles right up to the top of your head if you sit there. It's a health issue. So there I am. So I'm thinking, okay. So I get all set. And this is what they do. They take the goalie and they shove him out on the ice, and wherever he stops, they put a net behind him. This is what I observed, okay? And then they fire the puck at him, right? People on the team, people on the other team, people off the street, just right? And my son is just like, right? And the coach says, Alex, drop and trap. Drop and trap. I said, he knows nothing. He doesn't know drop and trap. You have to teach him. It's tabula rasa, blank slate. So he goes up to my son. He says, this is your trapper glove. And the puck hits you, you drop down, trap it, blow, whistle, face off in the corner. Boom, drop, trap, whistle, face off in the corner. My son starts having a ball. Boom, drop, trap, whistle, face off. Boom, drop, trap, whistle, face off. Now, this is a Timbit. I should have mentioned this. This is a Timbit at full speed. This is what a Timbit is. And these are the good ones. These are the ones that their obsessive compulsive parents made them take power skating during the summer. These are the ones heading for the NHL, right? Little Wayne Gretzky's in training, you know, my little retirement package when I'm older, you know. And when one Timbit falls down, they all fall down. They don't even have to be directly involved in the play. They just get like, woo! And they're lying around the ice, and they can't possibly get up because we parents in our wisdom have bought them outfits that are 3 sizes too big for them so they can grow into them, right? Safety factor long since gone out the window. You can spin the little helmets on their heads, right? You know, and they fall down and they form piles, little piles of Timbits, and that's when they pee. No, I call them peeing piles. And if you don't believe me, you just listen to the kid on the bottom, right? Ah! Oh God! Oh, wow! And if there's any doubt, when they move the peeing pile, there's that yellow ice on the that's there, a sure sign that something happened. Anyway, so peeing pile forms, and if somebody gets up off the peeing pile and gets the puck by some miracle, that is called a breakaway. So you got to picture this now. Picture this: you're in the rink. The kids are at the other end of the rink, peeing pile forms, kid gets up, grabs a puck, and starts skating toward my son. My son, meanwhile, is at the very other end of the rink, in the net, ready to drop and trap. Now, I think the coach and I thought the same thing at the same time, which was, it's going to be 45 minutes to an hour before that kid gets anywhere near my son, right, to make a shot, right, at the speed he's going. Now, so he says to my son, skate out, cut down his angle, skate out, cut down his angle. I said, he knows nothing. He only knows drop and trap, you freak. He's a tableau freaking referee. You know. I do.